What's up, folks? This is Josh back here. This is my third annual Royal Rumble 1990 review. This one took place from the Orlando, Florida, in the Orlando Arena on January 21st, 1990. Like I've been saying the past couple weeks, every week I will have a Royal Rumble review. If you haven't yet seen, I did one on 88 and 89. Leaving off from 89, we had Big John Studd win. It was a really good, I thought, but a good, solid pay-per-view. We're heading into Royal Rumble 1990, like I said. I thought this pay-per-view was very, very good. I thought that the WWF may have done its best storyline at this Royal Rumble for WrestleMania. I mean, you had the matches that we've seen in WrestleMania 6. The feud started at this Royal Rumble, and they did a great job on it. But let's get into the full review, my thoughts and opinions on the show, and I do my matches on a 1 to 5 star deal, and then I do the show on a 1 to 10 star deal. So let's get right on into it. This Royal Rumble 1990 opens up with Vince McMahon just running through, showing the participants in the Royal Rumble. If you remember back then, Vince would always do that. He'd have that weird voice, and he'd be like, "The Royal Rumble" type deal. If you remember what I'm talking about, if you're an old school fan, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, at this Royal Rumble, we got open up with Tony Schiavone. Most of y'all remember him from WCW. And Jesse Ventura. They open up commentary talking about how unpredictable the Royal Rumble is, and that sort of thing. Then we go right to the ring. We have a tag team match. We have the Fabulous Rougeau brothers versus the Bushwhackers. Thoughts on this match? I guess it was a decent match to open the show with. Not really a great wrestling match. The Bushwhackers are more brawlers, where the Fabulous Rougeau brothers, if you go back and watch them, can really actually work, and they wrestle really well. The Bushwhackers will pick up a win. And this one, Jimmy Hart would try to get involved, but Bushwhackers took care of the Rougeau brothers themselves and pick up the win. Like I said, I gave it 2.5 stars. Not the best match to open up an event with, but they had really, really awesome guys in the Royal Rumble match this year, so, Then we go to the $1 Million Man in Virgil promo. $1 Million Man announces that he has the #1 pick in the Royal Rumble. And then we go back to the ring. We have Genius in the ring. He's doing some kind of poem. Then we go to his match with the Brutus Beefcake. The referee gets knocked out in this match. This match was very boring, in my opinion. In the end, Beefcake puts the Genius in the sleeper while the referee is knocked out and starts cutting his hair. Then out of nowhere, Mr. Perfect runs out to help the Genius. They jump Brutus the Barber Beefcake, hit him with a chair. This was a double DQ. Nobody won. I only gave it 2 stars. I didn't think it was a very good match at all. I thought they really did a good job with building up the Beefcake Perfect feud, because these two would meet at WrestleMania 6, and in this match you would see why, if that makes sense. Royal Rumble 1990 does an excellent job of building up feuds for WrestleMania 6, and that just happened to be one of them. Then we have a Heenan family promo with Rick Rude, Andre the Giant, Haku. They're talking about the Royal Rumble. They all three kind of get into it. This is kind of where you kind of see the problems with Andre and the Heenan family start to exist. Was at this Royal Rumble. You know, they're the tag champions at this time. They would run into Demolition. And we all know what happened at WrestleMania 6, so I'm not going to go there. Then we go to a WrestleMania 6 promo advertising for it in Toronto. Then we go to a match that's very underrated that I never hear get talked about. It's a submission match between Rugged Ronnie Garvin and Greg the Hammer Valentine. I give this match 3.5 stars. It is a submission match. They would do some serious wrestling in this match, is why I gave it 3.5 stars. I thought it was very good. The ending to this match really was, remember the shin guard that Valentine always wore? Ronnie Garvin wore it. And he beat Jimmy Hart up with it, and then he would make Valentine tap out also. So I gave it 3.5 stars. I thought it was a very good match. Now, out of the pre-match, like they had 4 matches before the Royal Rumble in 1990, where they didn't have that many in previous years. I thought this was the best match. Like I said, I gave it 3.5 stars. Then we go to a Mr. Perfect promo. He pretty much, you know, has a promo for Beefcake. Telling Beefcake, you know, who do you think you are? Can't just go around put people in sleeper hold and cut people's hair. He's like, Lanny's, the genius's hair will grow back, but you're roughing ribs and bones type deal. Promo to set up for WrestleMania 6 between those two. I thought they did an excellent job there. Then we go to a Brother Love segment. I don't know how many of y'all remember Brother Love, but it's Bruce Pritchard. But anyway, his guest on the show is Sensational Sherry. We have Sapphire, if you remember her, Dusty Rhodes manager. They kind of get into it. The Macho King comes out. Like they're going to jump her, and then here comes Dusty Rhodes. And then all hell breaks loose. Once again, another segment. Very smart by the WWF, because this would be a match at WrestleMania 6 also. So I thought that was cool. Then we go to a Hacksaw Jim Duggan promo. Honestly, I don't think there's an event that had more promos on it than the 90 Royal Rumble. But we have Hacksaw Jim Duggan versus Big Boss Man. This is the end of Boss Man's heel run, pretty much. Hacksaw Jim Duggan would pick up the win. Only gave it 2 stars. Wasn't really a good match. Later on in the night, Big Boss Man would get very angry because Hakeem didn't come out to the ring to help him, and that's what set up their match. Well, not that night, but later on down the line, they'll be on the Brother Love show, and Boss Man would turn face, and it would set up a match between him and Hakeem for WrestleMania 6 as well. So far, this Royal Rumble, the matches have been decent, not the best, but we have a lot of building up for WrestleMania 6 here at the Royal Rumble. That's what the Royal Rumble is all about, is to build up for WrestleMania, and they did an excellent job in 1990. Then we go to Promo Heaven. Everybody, I think, that's in the damn Royal Rumble had a promo. I mean, I can read them off to you because I wrote them all down. We have Earthquake and Dino Bravo, who say they're coming for the Warrior. We have Demolition, Bad News Brown, Dusty Rhodes, The Rockers, Hercules, The Model Rick Martel, Tito Santana, Jimmy Snuka, Akeem, Ultimate Warrior, Macho King, Pirates of Pain, Jake Roberts, Hart Foundation, Honky Tonk Man, and then not least, the WWF Champion, Hulk Hogan. Okay. Then we get right on into it, the 1990 Royal Rumble. This is one of my favorite Royal Rumbles of all time. It was definitely better than 88, way better than 88, better than 89. I'll just go ahead and we all know Hulk Hogan wins this thing. Which I thought they could have did something different here. But I guess since he was losing at WrestleMania 6 to Warrior, they just had Hogan win. But I'm gonna tell you here in a little bit why I think there should have been some different things happening that would have made it better. It actually was, but it was already a great pay-per-view and a great Royal Rumble match. We'll go ahead and break it down. In number 1, we have $1 Million Man. If you remember the previous year, the $1 Million Man drew 30 and tried to buy the Royal Rumble. He would come in number 1, and he would last for like 45 minutes in this thing. But the first 2 entrants, like I said, 1 is $1 Million Man, 2 is Koko B. Ware, Marty Jannetty's 3, Jake Roberts, Macho King, Piper, Warlord, Hitman, Bad News Brown, Dusty Rhodes, Andre the Giant, the Red Rooster, Axe, Haku, Smash, Akeem, Dino Bravo, Jimmy Snuka, Earthquake, The Anvil, Ultimate Warrior, Rick Martel, Tito Santana, Honky Tonk Man, Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, The Barbarian, Rick Rude, Hercules, and Perfect. There's a spot in the Rumble, I can't really remember, but Hogan eliminates Warrior. Warrior gets back in the ring, and this is kind of where we see this feud going. The Intercontinental Champion, the WWF Champion at WrestleMania 6. We know Hogan won the Royal Rumble. What I thought would have made things more interesting would have been to have like Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, and say Mr. Perfect or Rick Rude in the ring. And then have Hogan and Warrior team up and eliminate, let's say, Mr. Perfect or Rick Rude. And then the last 2 could be Hogan and Warrior, and they could go at it, get the crowd involved. Because they're going to wrestle at WrestleMania 6. Warrior's going over. So I would have Hogan eliminate Warrior to make things more interesting for WrestleMania 6. That's my thoughts. Other feuds that really took off that were at WrestleMania 6, we had $1 Million Man and Jake Roberts meeting the Rumble. That was a match at WrestleMania 6 as well. We would have Piper and Bad News Brown. Piper would eliminate Bad News Brown, and then Bad News Brown eliminated Piper, and they fought all the way up the aisleway. Then they would have the match at WrestleMania 6 where Piper colors himself black and white. Dusty Rhodes Macho King feud continues. We've seen Demolition versus the Colossal Connection. All kinds of great stuff in Royal Rumble 1990. Do I think it's the best Royal Rumble of all time? No, I don't. But I think it's definitely in my top 5. I didn't give it a 10 out of 10, but I did give it 9 out of 10. I gave it 9 stars out of 10. I thought it was just an excellent show. Definitely the best Royal Rumble to date. They had 4 matches before the Royal Rumble, and most of the matches set up for WrestleMania 6, along with a lot of the matches in the Royal Rumble, which I thought were good. I thought the WWE did an excellent job on Royal Rumble 1990. This has been your review for Royal Rumble 1990. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think about Royal Rumble 1990. Do you think Hogan should have won? Do you think Warrior should have won? Do you think Mr. Perfect should have won? Is there somebody else out there do you think that should have won the 1990 Royal Rumble? But this has been my review. I'll be back next week on 1991. Peace.